I'd like to tell you about a very special young songwriter from the West Coast. And you hear his band tuning up and back here. So will you please welcome Jackson Browne and the Famous Flames.
Warm and lovely mystery, fire smiling through. Before this moment fades away, I wanna know you. I got lightning in my pocket, thunder in my shoe. Have no fear, I got something here I wanna show you. Hey, low under the falling sky, easily we will lie while I bring it to you. It's a low road, a high wire going from me to you. And in your eyes the distance left is closing. I got a feeling in my oceans, blood underneath my skin, that into your bright fields this prison is opening. Hey, low under the falling sky, easily we will lie while I bring it to you. Our shadows wake each day, though they don't know why. They hope and try to then die. So leave them in their frozen world, come and be my lover. If only for one stolen moment, we will live forever. Warm and lovely mystery, can you hear the choir? Voices can no longer hold my desire. Just abandon your sad history and meet me in the fire, where angels wait to take us higher and higher, and higher and higher. Hey, sky, easily we will lie while I bring it to you. Higher and higher, hey, low under the falling sky. Higher and higher, I bring it to you. Higher and higher. Easily we will lie while I bring it to you. Is that my picking up? Can't hear me? If you're trying, if you have to try just to make it by another empty hour, another frozen day, there may be who watches for the moment when his words might find their way. Now if you're sorry, if you must be sad, if you have never had a reason, and you're waiting for your purpose to appear, there may be one who knows it is near, one who stares into the waters that are clouded by your fear, and who sees that after all you will run clear. Learn to live, learn to die. Take this time, don't ask why. Are you lying in pain where we all one time have lain? Who says you must remain? You got the world to gain. Now if you're trying, and you have to try just to make it by that same old falling mountain that hides you from your way, there may be one who knows what to say. Learn to live, learn to die. Take this time, don't ask why. Are you lying in pain where we all one time have lain? Who says you must remain? You got the world to gain. You got the world to gain. You got the world to gain. Thank you. Hello, Syracuse. This actually isn't the Famous Flames. This is Tom Jones. Really? No, it is. That's his name. And I just met him a minute ago. You probably already knew that. I'm staying over at your picturesque Holiday Inn over there. Yeah. Anyway, I just have this one verse of this tune I'd like to lay on you. I just worked it out today. I was eating breakfast this morning, and Jerry Lee Lewis was down there eating breakfast at the same time. I was thrilled. For a minute, I walked in there, and I thought they looked like the kind of people that would kill you. And then I recognized it was Jerry Lee Lewis, and I figured that he probably couldn't afford to kill anybody right now. He still looked like the kind of person that might kill you if you said anything about his cousin or something. Anyway, here's this just one verse out of the song. Together again at the Holiday Inn with the very best friend, the woman that I once took to carry my name. Oh, I know she'd die of shame if she knew where we've been, together in sin at the Holiday Inn. There's a little more, but it's not really together yet. Look for it on my up and coming record on Oblivion Records. Actually, if anybody has a really hot name for a record company, let me know, because our company doesn't really, hasn't thought of one yet. We thought of so many names, and the lawyers kept saying we couldn't use them. We thought of Apple, Capital. But my manager's such a square, you know, he was thinking, Integrity Records. Yeah, Yogurt Records. Well, we're thinking of doing like 3 letters, you know, and you wouldn't know what actually the letters meant. They could be any 3 letters. BLT. And you could work up all kinds of different names for it. Say whatever you wanted it was. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Let's do this other country song. It's a little longer, but it's just as corny as that other one. This one's a true story, though. It's about a friend of mine who was working on a farm. He gave up his life for the city and went to work on a farm and stopped smoking, everything. He was doing real good. He's pitching hay, and he was doing real good at it. Then he caught sight of his employer's lovely young daughter who wanted to come to Hollywood and sing. I don't know what that feels like, too. Anyway, persuaded him to take her there, which he did. So this song was written around the time later, you know. Time marches on, and he's working in a mobile station to keep her in clean under things, and she'd come up every now and then and fill up. You know, she could drive a new car every day, different one. Her name was Mae Jean. She was your all-American girl. Her full name was Mae Jean Void. Anyway, is this a little boomy, this one? I'm gonna take it down just a little bit. Make them listen. So this is one of the continuing sagas of this chick, Mae Jean. It's a pseudonym, of course, you know. I mean, I can't tell you what her real name was, 'cause she actually did, she's a big star. So this is called Mae Jean Goes to Hollywood. Honey, when I brought you here, you said that you would sing. You said that you would wing your way to fortune and fame. I have given everything to keep you warm and clean. I didn't even bat an eye when you changed your name. I'm getting used to hearing people calling you someone else. I'm getting tired of seeing you go in the morning and eating supper by myself. Now this Hollywood producer who has offered you the world lets you drive his sporty new Camaro. Well, I wonder just how many girls he's told his story to. How many dreams have gone the way of sorrow. I'm getting tired of biting my nails and pumping gasoline. Getting tired of waiting for you to figure out why this city is unclean. Mae Jean, hey, run back home with me. I go back to working on your daddy's farm. Mae Jean, hey, run back home with me. This wicked city's bound to do us harm. This time I've helped you with your promising career. I've never said one word about your singing, but I just want to let you know that you'll still be my star if you say goodbye for good to Hollywood and do your singing in the shower. May G, hey, run back home with me, back to where the air is clear and free. May G, hey, run back home with me. If this city doesn't get us first, it's gonna slip into the sea. You won't know when this one's over either. Well, the last time I was home, it was all so strange to see. The old house had grown so small and fallen gray. As the light was nearly finished with the day, I sat speaking with the old ones and my uncle and the hounds. But it only made me weary to go round and round so slowly, all the questions and the answers still the same. Soon the night air had them coughing and shaking their old heads, and for once their bore could help them to their bed. Old familiar rooms were asking where I'd been, didn't know where I was going, though in the morning I'd be gone. By the fire I was sleeping in my father's chair. Well, I still see the dream that I had there. One old man was riding hard to cross the river, but his tired horse went under, and that river pulled them down. Then the morning sunlight struck, and we got up and fixed the truck, and the old man drove me back out to the road. Thank you. Tom Jones. You could get somebody to put that mark back on the piano. Well. Well, I forgot my little list again, the one that says what to do next. I did last night too, but fortunately there was one that I'd written out that could be fetched. There isn't one now. So I'll just have to remember. is a song that was written by a friend of mine, this cat from Texas, raised in the Baptist church. He's a really musical fella. He called this one Jesus in 3/4 time. His name's John David Souther. If I gave you my blessings and bid you good night, something was holding me down. Once I was baptized, and that was alright. Now if I just could be found living for Jesus day after day, nobody lives quite that strong. Blessed assurance is one thing to know, and another to sing in a song. Or the family possessions were passed on to me, but they no longer fit in my hand. Once I was saved, and that one was free. Now I'd be pleased to know just where I stand, living for Jesus, making it pay. Nobody lives quite that long. Now once I was baptized, and now I am free to sing you this new gospel song, singing higher and higher and higher, singing higher and higher and higher, singing higher and higher and higher. I wish I knew some of these songs. I think this is Bonnie's list. Rolling and Tumbling Country Woman. She does I Ain't Blue. That's hilarious. I saw it. David Tate. Well, next in this carefully. So can you get some of the feedback of it? Just a bit. I'm all right if I'm not on. Right. Next on our carefully thought out program, we've got this another song. I figure the crowd's sort of at that state of drunkenness where they're just feeling kind of melancholy. It's sort of before everybody gets fighting pissed. And things start flowing. So I'm gonna hit you with this one while I can. lady stands before the open window, staring so far away. She can almost feel the southern wind blow, almost touching her restless day. She turns from her window to me, sad smile, her apology, sad eyes drifting to the door. Daylight loses to another evening, and still she spares me the word goodbye, and sits alone beside me, fighting her feelings, struggles to speak, but in the end can only cry, cry. Suddenly it's so hard to find the sound of the words to speak her troubled mind. So I'm offering these to her as if to be kind. There's a train every day, leaving either way. There's a world, you know, got a ways to go, and you'll soon be gone, it's just as well. This is my opening farewell. A child's drawings left there on the table, and a woman's silk lying on the floor. Well, I would keep them here if I were able to lock her safe behind this open door. Suddenly, it's so clear to me that I'd asked her to see what she may never see. And now my kind words find their way back to me. There's a train every day, leaving either way. There's a world, you know, a way to go, and I'll soon believe it's just as well. This is my opening farewell. This is my opening farewell. Thank you. Oh, shit. I lost my pick. You didn't have to take me. I would have given you one if you wanted. Gee, why you're seemingly calm, you know? I'm sorry I accused you of that, man. It was right here all along. This is a song I wrote for some friends of mine who are living in Long Beach, California. I say nobody's started to gag or anything, so you don't know anything about Long Beach. But that's a place that's like San Diego or something. It's got a lot of sailors.
You've been to Long Beach? Yeah. I'm glad to see you here, man. I lived in Long Beach for a while one time. I was in a jug band. And anyway, these friends of mine were living there, and they were going to school, and they thought they'd get some money together, so they quit school and commenced digging ditches, construction work, you know. But they got fired doing that because weren't much good at digging ditches. Seems they've been going to school all their lives. Didn't know a thing about it. And they left Long Beach. They left there, so they got fired halfway through the job, so they didn't have enough money to take their women along with them. So they just two of them, Greg and Adam, they went to Mexico. And they started to get really lonely down there, and that legendary banana boat from Veracruz to Spain never did materialize. And so they decided to come back and drive from Long Beach to New York. And that's what we did, but they also came back to catch their women, you know. But right around the same time, oh, I knew this chick who had a dog that used to sing on stage with her. Right at this one spot, and as soon as she go hit it, and the dog is like, she's anyway, what happened was the women got lonely right at the same time, and they left Long Beach for Veracruz, and they sort of missed each other in the night. They passed, and so those chicks found out where they were, found out that they were heading for New York, and they hitchhiked from Guadalajara to Niagara Falls on 47 cents, and a lot of real healthy, good vibrations. Did meet a lot of real friendly truck drivers on that trip. So we were sitting around the Lower East Side, my friends were waiting for their boat, and they probably thinking about their chicks and probably, you know, thinking, well, it's just as well, you know, chicks probably wouldn't be able to take the pace. And they get this phone call from Niagara Falls, you know, the honeymoon capital of the Western Hemisphere. So some of them got back together and some of them didn't. The ones that didn't get back together in New York finally got back together in Turkey because they were working, smuggling cars for the same gentleman. And when they went to Morocco, this chick, Liz, was a really salty chick. They called her Lizard. And they'd gone through all kinds of trouble just to get into Morocco. First they had to cut Adam's hair, and then they didn't have enough money, and they'd already cut his hair, you know, and he really felt shit out. So she started getting salty with the official there, the border guard, and so they threw him in jail for about 30 days and let him stand in their own piss for a while. Think about it. Anyway, this song is called From Silverlake. Hold on. Are we rolling, Bob? Anyway, the thing is, I got hung up in New York City. We missed Syracuse on that trip. We really wanted to check out Syracuse. But Syracuse. And we had to cut it out of our itinerary. But I'm glad I finally got here. Did you see our brother? He was here the other day, but he only came to say that he was leaving. Did you see his lady? She was looking where he'd gone, but she wasn't letting on that she was grieving.
she's bound to go. Perhaps you'll find him waiting for his boat in some city far away. Bound to go. Lately I remember afternoons of smoke and wine. There was nothing we could find but peace and pleasure. Long ago he told me that he wanted just to be on his way across the sea no man can measure. That they won't be back, and the sun may find him sleeping in the dust of some ruin far away. He won't be back. Early today as I watched while the skyline was shaking, oh, I heard a rumbling. Early today the mechanical city was shaking, and I ran out stumbling, mumbling, out through the laughter of children and dogs. Did you see our brother? He was here the other day, but he only came to say that he can't breathe here. Did you see his lady? She was reaching for his hand, just as if to tell her man that she can't either. That they won't be back, and the sun may catch me running after them, seeing something far away. We won't be back.
Gee, it's a Wurlitzer. This song's called Rock Me on the Water. I'm gonna wait and see who emerges as the king of the waterbeds and let him have it for a nominal fee using their promotion campaign.
Oh, people, look around you. The signs are everywhere. You've left it for somebody other than you to be the one to care. You're lost inside your houses. There's no time to find you now. Whoa, your walls are burning and your towers are turning. Gotta leave you here and try to get down to the sea somehow. The road every woman, child, and man who have no idea where they will go, but they'll help you if they can. Now everyone must have some thought that's gonna pull them through somehow. Oh, the fires are raging harder and hotter, but the sisters of the sun are gonna rock me on the water now. Rock me on the water, sister, will you soothe my fevered brow? And rock me on the water, I'll get down to the sea somehow. Oh, people, look among you. It's there your hope must lie. There's a seabird above you, gliding in one place, like Jesus in the sky. We all must do the best we can, and then hang on to that gospel plow. When my life is over, gonna stand before the Father, but the sisters of the sun are gonna rock me on the water now. Rock me on the water, sister, will you soothe my fevered brow? Whoa, rock me on the water, and maybe I'll remember how. Rock me on the water, the wind is with me now. So rock me on the water, I'll get down to the sea somehow.
Thanks. Jamaica Say You Will.
Jamaica was the lovely one, I played her well, as we lay in the tall grass where the shadows fell, hiding from the children so they would not tell. We would stay there till her sister rang the evening bell. Jamaica, say you will help me find a way to fill these empty hours. Say you will come again tomorrow. The daughter of a captain on the rolling seas, she would stare across the water from the trees. Last time he was home, he held her on his knees and said the next time they would sail away just where they please. Jamaica, say you will help me find a way to fill these lifeless sails and stay until my ships can find the sea. was a sweet young woman, I loved her true. She was a comfort and a mercy through and through. Hiding from this world together, next thing I knew, they had brought her things down to the bay. What could I do? Jamaica say you will help me find a way to fill these sails, and we will sail until our waters have run dry. Thank you. I'll see you later. Huh? Together again at the Holiday Inn with the very best friend of the woman that I once took to carry my name. Whoa, she died of shame. At the Holiday Inn. Oh, I know that you're feeling like the lowest thing God ever made. And it don't make me proud to think of the price that she's paid to make a good home for our kids and their friends. But it's worth it to be back with you once again. Together again at the Holiday Inn with the very best friend of the woman that I once took to carry my name. Whoa, she died of shame. If she knew where we'd been together in sin at the Holiday Inn. Hey, there's a horse on. Hey, they're gonna get you in somewhere. Bonnie said a really out-of-sight thing. She came backstage. She says, "Man, those people are strange. They gotta be drunker than we are, man."
Where that young lady at?
What's that?
Where that young lady at?
Where's my what?
Where that young lady? I ain't talking about you.
Oh, Bonnie, yeah.
Where's she at?
Yeah, well, she's backstage, son.
She come back. She gonna sing again?
I don't know if everybody's... Well, I don't know.
Well, sing me a
Everybody
song.
would have... All right, here you go.
If you sing it, if you play it, I'll sing it.
All right, I'll lay it down and you pick it up.
Oh, again.
Oh, okay, that's next two. Thanks, son, but
You don't know that.
I got
You don't know
one.
that.
I think that's Bonnie's, that one.
That's Ray Charles. You don't know that. Yeah,
Well, I was walking on the avenue with my old lady and the baby too. This police car swings into view with a red light on the hood. Well, I was standing there ready just to watch it roll right by, when this voice from a megaphone petrified the sky. You better stop where you are, put your hands in the air, step away from the people and tell us who you are. You can bet your cooking spoon I was a little indisposed. I could have ate what I was holding, but it would have been another overdose. So I guess you must be wondering how I'm still here talking to you. They kept me there all afternoon, but they didn't look in my shoes. You know it's getting very heavy when they swoop right down on you, but it's heavier still when they can be that stupid too. We better take it underground. Careful who you talk to, and keep away from those places where you are just another bullseye and likely to cause them trouble too. Well, the streets are full of federal, under the orders of the general, but in the name of peace and Jesus Christ, they'll take you for a ride. We better take it underground. Careful who you talk to, and keep the picture clear in your mind, and say what you have to say, and do what they claim you must not do. Well, you know about Stagger Lee, right? I mean, everybody's heard of Stagger Lee. Bad motherfucker. And Bobby Seale wrote this book called Seize the Time. So this is sort of a tune I wrote with him then, right? Because I read the book and I dug what he said. I'm going to lay it down and you pick it up. Oh, Stagger Lee shot Billy. People, what about that? 'Cause Billy lost and tried to rip off Stagger Lee's Stetson hat. But Billy was no outlaw. Let me tell you how he died. Begging for his life, but Stagger Lee could not let him slide. When you lose your money, you gotta chalk it up for dues. When you lose your money, learn to lose. Now Billy's woman loved your man, and she loved your children too. She's working hard both day and night just to bring her family through. Still she knows there's certain things that the good Lord will decide. When she seen him carrying Billy home, well, she broke right down and cried. When you lose your money, good God, don't lose your mind. 'Cause you took off after Easy Street, but you left your life behind. When you lose your money, you gotta chalk it up for dues. When you lose your money, learn to lose. So now the judge said to Stagger Lee, don't you worry about a thing, 'cause we intend to carry out the law before we see you hang. So Stagger Lee just told the truth when they put him on the stand. You ever get this shit together? I blew that fucking verse. So Stagger Lee just told the truth when they put him on the stand. Well, he laughed right in the jury's face and said, you better kill me while you can. When you lose your money, you gotta chalk it up for dues. When you lose your money, learn to lose. Now Bobby Seale said Stagger Lee's just a brother off the block, whose actions had to speak for him, 'cause he couldn't relate to talk. Now listen, all you millionaires, there's just one thing I know. He ever gets his shit together, some of you gonna have to go. When you lose your money, you ought to chalk it up for dues. When you lose your money, when you lose your money, when you lose your money, learn to lose. Singing when you lose your money, when you lose your money, when you lose your money, learn to lose. Y'all know it's Bobby Seale, right? Bobby Seale's on trial for murder or something. Actually, what he's on trial for is Huey Newton, baby. What he's on trial for is just speaking up, telling the truth. Got a lot of people leaving the country these days, because they must not like it here, you know. Maybe they read a bumper sticker that said, "Love it or leave it," and said, "There you go." So this song is about having left it and realizing that no matter where you go, it's the same story, you know. It's the same thing going on in the world, and just happening a little stronger right here and right now, you know. This is the Germany of the 1970s. So this is about Mexico, but it's also about deciding to come back, because there seems to be something to do here. It is a dance we do in silence, far below this morning sun. You and your life, me and mine, we have begun. Here we stand and without speaking, draw the water from the well, and stare beyond the plains to where the mountains lie so still. It's a long way that I have come across the sand to find this peace among your people in the sun, where the families work the land as they have always done. Oh, it's so far the other way, my country's gone. Across my home has grown the shadow of a cruel and senseless hand, though in some strong hearts the love and truth remain. And it has taken me this distance and a woman's smile to learn that my heart remains among them, and to them I must return. But it's a long way that I have come across the sand to find you here among these people in the sun, where your children will be born. You'll watch them as they run. Oh, it's so far the other way, my life has gone. But if you look for me, Maria, you will find me in the shade, one arm across my eyes against the day. If you come to me, Maria, I will show you what I've made. It's a picture for Our Lady of the Well.
Thank you. This here's sort of an old song.
Yes, I've been out walking. I don't do that much talking these days. These days I seem to think a lot about the things that I forgot to do. And all the times I had the chance to. And I stopped my rambling. I don't have much use for gambling these days. These days I seem to think about how all the changes came about my ways. And I wonder if I'll see another highway. 'Cause I had a lover, but it's so hard to risk another these days. And if I seem to be afraid to live this life that I have made in song, oh, it's just that I've been losing for so long. Oh, I'll stop my dreaming. I don't do that much scheming these days. These days I'll sit on cornerstones and count the time in quarter tones to 10. Oh, please don't confront me with these failures, 'cause I had not forgotten them. Thanks. That was sort of an old one. This is from the same period of time. No one ever did this one, except me. I did it. The trouble is that the refrain on this song turned out to be cliche about 6 months later. So all you hippies, all you hippie pukes out there. As the early morning shuttered window frame. I look around and realize that things are still the same. Faded flowers in a glass mark the hours that have passed as I lay sleeping. And I can hear my footsteps ringing down the empty morning street. And the concrete that I walk upon is cold beneath my feet. A single winging dove reminds me of the sleeping love that I am leaving. 'Cause everyone must someday do his own thing. Remember. 'Cause everyone must someday do his own thing. Well, I have a brand new song to sing. Well, I'm told that if I try, well, I can do most anything. Well, then I would like to sing this song and make this morning ring. And as the morning turns to day, hear the waking city say, who is that singing? That everyone must someday do his own thing. That everyone must someday do his own thing. Yes, everyone must someday do his own thing. How will I have a brand new song to sing? I meant to call her name, I meant to take her hand, I meant to be the same and understand just what was happening in the evening between the princess and the prince. I can't be bothered now, I cannot eat or drink, I can't remember how I used to think. What was the song she sang before the morning rain, bringing the princess to the prince? It's a crystal ringing way she has about her in the day, but she's a laughing, dappled shadow. She's a laughing, dappled shadow in my night. If I could hear her voice, if I could see her face, if I could have my choice, I'd be in the place where I saw her last on the evening past of the princess and the prince. It's a crystal ringing way she has about her in the day, but she's a laughing, dappled Yeah, she's a laughing, dappled shadow in my night. I don't know how many of you were here for the first set, but I was talking about some friends of mine that went traveling one time. I wrote this for one of them. Though Adam was a friend of mine, I did not know him well. He was alone into his distance, he was deep into his well. I could guess what he was laughing at, but I couldn't really tell. Now the story's told that Adam jumped, but I'm thinking that he fell. Together we went traveling as we received the call. His destination, India, and I had none at all. Well, I still remember laughing with our backs against the wall. So free of fear, we never thought that one of us might fall. I sit before my only candle, but it's so little light to find my way. Now this story unfolds before my candle, which is shorter every hour as it reaches for the day. But I feel just like a candle in a way, but I guess I'll get there, though I wouldn't say for sure. We were laughing when we parted, we were laughing still as our goodbyes were said. And I never heard from him again as each our lives we led, except for once in someone else's letter that I read, until I heard the sudden word that a friend of mine was dead. But I sit before my only candle, like a pilgrim sits beside the way. Now this journey appears before my candle as a song that's growing fainter, the harder I play, till I fear before I end I'll fade away. But I guess I'll get there, though I wouldn't say for sure. Though Adam was a friend of mine, I did not know him long. And when I stood myself beside him, I never thought I was as strong. Still it seems he stopped his singing in the middle of his song. Well, I'm not the one to say I know, but I'm hoping he was wrong. Now I'm holding out my only candle, but it's so little light to find my way. Now this story's been laid beneath my candle, and it's shorter every hour as it reaches for the day. Yes, I feel just like a candle in a way. Oh, I hope I get there, but I never pray. This here song I wrote for someone who hasn't quite materialized yet. So it's called Looking Into You, and I'd like to sing it for you then, seeing as how this particular person hasn't come up yet. Sometimes I want to scream, you know. I used to do that too, and it was no trick or anything. I just get so fucking pissed off, you know, that I would just fucking rant, you know. And then it was really impossible too, because then everybody's sitting there uptight. There's a great untapped energy in some human beings, you know. That occasionally, you know, will come forth of its own accord. And if I was going to sing one song to you, it would be this one. And I want to really sing it well, so shut the fuck up. All right? Just because I'm going to do this one more. And I want to do it well, you know, because I want to do something well. Well, I looked into a house I once lived in, around the time I first went on my own, when the roads were as many as the places I had dreamed of, and my friends and I were one. Now the distance is done, and the search has begun. I've come to see where my beginnings have gone. The walls and the windows were still standing, and the music could be heard at the door, where the people who kindly endured my odd questions asked if I came very far. And when my silence replied, they took me inside, where their children sat playing on the floor. Well, we spoke of the changes that would find us farther on, and it left me so warm and so high. But as I stepped back outside to the gray morning sun, I heard that highway whisper inside, are you ready to fly? And I looked into the faces all passing by. It's an ocean that will never be filled, and the house that grows older and finally crumbles, that not even love can rebuild. It's a hotel at best. You're here as a guest. You ought to make yourself at home while you're waiting for the rest. Well, I looked into the dream of the millions, that one day the search will be through. Now here I stand at the edge of my embattled illusions, looking into you. Ah, the great song traveler passed through here, and he opened my eyes to the view, and I was among those who called him a prophet, and I thought that it was true, until the distance had shown how the road remains alone. Now I'm looking in my life for a truth that is my own. Well, I looked into the sky for my anthem, and the words and the music came through. But words and music will never touch the beauty that I've seen looking into you. Now that's true.
Thank you.